Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Ramadan Mubarak to anybody that's celebrating. Yeah, I'm Muslim and I wanted to show you guys how to make a simple Ramadan card. I didn't stamp the greeting on the outside. I wanted to stamp it on the inside. So just because this, the picture of these mosques is pretty in your face, so I didn't want to put anything on top of that. I wanted it to be the main picture or the main thing of the show. All right, so I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but today I'm going to be showing you a stamp set by Altenew. It's called Ramadan Greetings, and there's also a Eid one, which is the stamp that I'm using. So I'm just going to show it to you here. So this is the Eid Stamp Set, and I'll try to put like something white under it so you can see it. It's really pretty, and it comes with this like giant stamp of a bunch of mosques, and I thought that would be really nice for Ramadan. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm making this exact same card. The only thing that we're gonna change on it is I'm gonna use a different blue for this instead of this. Here I've used Pacific Point. I've used designer series paper from the, what is that set called? Artistically Inked? Yes, it's the Artistically Inked from the current annual catalog, and you can still get this paper. I think it's discounted right now, so if you want to get it, jump on that. I will link it below this video. So the first thing you're going to need is a card base. Here I've got thick basic white. It's a letter sized paper cut in half horizontally and then scored vertically. So you end up with a card that's 5.5 by 4.25. We're just going to put that there. This is my piece of designer series paper. So this is gonna be our layering piece, and it's just gonna go on top like this. We'll do that now. I actually thought about using this side of the paper and making that my sky and then stamping the mosque over here, but I haven't tried that yet, and so I didn't want to just do it on camera because I don't know how the stamping is going to turn out. So we're just gonna go ahead and glue this down. And you can do it however you want. I think it looks kind of pretty this way. So you want to line it up, make sure it's even on all of the sides. I'll try to bring that more to the center. And push it down, just like that. Where's my bone folder? There it is. So I'm just going to use this to kind of push it down on all the sides, make sure it's down properly. I see kind of a lip there, and so I'm just going to push it down. Okay, so this is the start of your card. The next thing you're going to need is a piece of white paper. So here I've used shimmery white, but you can use, on the other card I had basic white as well. So you can use whatever you have. The size of this paper is 2.25 by 5, and this is where we're going to do our stamping. So you're going to take that big mosque stamp, if you have it. Where did I put mine? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's really big, you can't miss it. So I have a really big block here. My block is 3.5 by 5. Maybe a little bit bigger. And we're gonna use this block to stamp. Now, if you have the Stamparatus or any kind of stamping device, you can use that as well. I prefer to just use a block. The next thing you're gonna need is some Sponge Daubers. And probably won't need that one. I'm gonna start with my green. And I'm using Shaded Spruce for this. We're just gonna dab it, get some on there. And then what I'm gonna do is start on one end and just start dabbing it on. And then I'm gonna leave a space and put more on. And then leave a space and get some more. I kind of want a lot of green in there, and so I think that's good. Maybe just on the end here a little bit. That last pillar. Okay, just gonna close that. Grab your Misty Moonlight, that's what I'm using for the blue, a different sponge dauber. Dab, 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 and we're gonna put it right in the spots that we didn't do. So this is gonna give it that nice blended effect. And I used the darker color afterwards just so that we're not contaminating the green, or sorry, contaminating the blue with the green. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over it all one more time so that it's nice and dark. And I will grab my green and just refresh it a bit. Just like that. Okay, now I'm ready to stamp. So I'm just gonna close those, put it to the side, bring this to the middle, and I'm gonna go as close to the bottom as I can. And when you're ready, just go ahead and push it down. Make sure you get it, especially the top part, like the moons, you want those to stamp nicely. Okay, when you're done, lift it up and just like that. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. I love it in the Misty Moonlight, actually. I love how that turned out. So we're just gonna put this stuff to the side. I can clean it up later. The next thing I'm gonna do is my sky. So as you can see on this one, I did like a little bit of just a yellow sky. I'm gonna do the same thing here. You're gonna need a blending brush for this, and I'm using Bumblebee. Just open that up. Do need a scrap piece of paper. So grab some Bumblebee on there. It doesn't have to be too dark. You actually don't want it to be that dark. Start on one end and start kind of blending that in. And I don't want it to be too dark either, or like too much of the yellow. Just want it to look like a nice sky where the sun is setting. So in Ramadan, we eat when the sun sets. And so I'm trying to create like a sunset scene maybe. And that's where we see our yellow sky generally. Okay, so I am quite happy with that. There we go, nice little glow on there. We're just gonna close that. Next, I'm gonna grab my green again. And as you can see, I was watercoloring there. So if you don't have a little blob of ink there, just push your ink pad down when it's closed and it'll give you some ink over there. So I'm just gonna grab a paintbrush. Where's my little one? This one. And I'm going to do some splatter. So you just want to wet your paintbrush a bit. Pick up your shaded spruce. As soon as you ink that up again, you're going to be able to pick up ink. So get some ink on there. And then let's just splatter on that sky. So we get kind of a few stars almost in the sky. Kind of want a little bit more more, especially there. Okay, perfect. Now I just kind of see a spot on my mosque here. I want to quickly dab up. There we go. Okay. And then we're all done with that. I should probably rinse this off. Okay, so you can put your paintbrush to the side and your water and your ink, because we're done with that. Okay. Now, the next thing I've used is the rainbow dies. So, what is it? It's from this Rainbow of Happiness bundle. I am using this Borders die, and with it, I've die cut a piece in some silver foil paper. Now I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. If you see where that line is on there, that's exactly where I'm gonna trim it. And then we're gonna kind of stick it on like this on top. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my paper trimmer. And we're gonna put it in here. This is gonna be a little bit tricky, but I'm not too worried about it. Just make sure it's lined up. There we go. Okay, so there's my border. I might save this for something else later. And now we're gonna go ahead and put this on the bottom of here. Now I tried to put it behind and I didn't like it. I like it better on top. And so we're gonna do it on top. And to stick it down, I'm just gonna use my Tombow glue. So what we're gonna do is just put little spots of glue down. And then I'm gonna grab this and, oops. I'm gonna put it down just like that. Oops. And you are gonna have to hold it for a minute, but not too long. Just because it's such a delicate piece, right? It needs just a little bit of time to stick on there. Okay, so when you're done, you can lift this up, turn it over, and cut your border there. This one I'm gonna do on this side. There. Okay. Now, before you get ink on anything, I would suggest to get a baby wipe. I just use the Costco brand ones, Kirkland. They're great to have around. I'm just gonna wipe down this surface before I get paint on something. Never like that. All right. So this is ready to go down onto our base. I'm just gonna bring it over, and to put it down, I'm gonna use dimensionals. So I have them right here. Oh, I'm on the last one. That's not nice. Okay, so you don't have to put a ton on. I'm just gonna get enough on so that it is sticking up and not collapsing. There we go. Get those backs off. And this down now. So just look at the rainbows there and make sure they're in a line. That's really what you want. Okay, so we'll adhere that down, and there it is. Isn't it really pretty? Perfect. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is just put some rhinestones on top, and I'm just using clear ones. You can use whatever color you have on hand. Just gonna grab my tweezers. And we'll start on one side. And kind of scatter them. I want one there. Maybe I'll have a big one right there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can do one right here. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of want to do one more, but I don't know 100%. Okay, yeah, I'll just do it right there. 7. There. I always like to have an odd number. Okay, so there's my card, and the last thing I want to do is a greeting on the inside. So for my greeting, I'm using a Ramadan greeting, again from that Ramadan greeting stamp set. I'll just show it to you quickly. It's also by Altenew, and it's fantastic. So from there, I am using a stamp that says Ramadan Kareem, and that's going to be my greeting on the inside. So for that, I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. Get that inked up. And find the center of your card. So my card is 5.5, and so 2 1/4 is where I want this to fall. I don't feel like that's the center. 5.5, 2 1/4. Okay, let's just wing it. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. Ooh, I like it. Okay, isn't that nice? And then there's also a little star stamp. Looks kind of like a little firework. I'm gonna do a few of those. So I'll do that in Shaded Spruce. Just like that. So there's my inside, there's my outside, and then I would also do this on my envelope. Where is my envelope? Oh, there it is. So just like this. Okay, so that is my card for you this week. I hope you like it. I don't sell the Altenew stamp sets, so if you want to purchase it, you'd have to go right to their website and buy it from there. I will link the rest of what I've used below this video, and if you want to purchase it, you can go right ahead. Thank you for watching my video. If you've liked my card, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back next week with something different. Thanks for watching. Bye.